So we're going to do these first, and actually we're going to continue, and you can put, we're going to do garlic cloves, 4 garlic cloves, and I love garlic. I absolutely adore it, more so than a lot of my friends do, so because I like to put lots in it. But what I've noticed in starting to do raw foods in recipes is that I really have to be careful, because I've thrown one away at home because all I could taste was garlic. Because in cooked foods, I was like adding garlic and adding garlic. I'm like, there's not garlicky enough, it's not garlicky enough. And so I'd put the same amount that I would put in cooked foods, and I was just like, whoa, that's even too garlicky for me. So it was really a learning experience from the garlic standpoint to do that. But garlic is, in fact, I saw a quote on the web about garlic, and it said, if it had been made by man instead of nature, it would be a high-priced prescription drug, because it has so many wonderful, amazing properties to it. So let's throw that in. Okay, and then paprika, which is going to help to give it that nice, once it all blends up, the nice brown color that we're used to with the hummus. Some salt that helps to bring out the flavors. And cumin, which is a spice and really nice, really nice, kind of that Mediterranean taste. And then just a pinch of cayenne. Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to blend this up first, and I'm get to show you about this amazing machine that I had no idea was hidden out there in the world until I got into raw food and I wanted to make these recipes. So this is a very high-powered blender. It's not, and you could make the hummus as well in your regular blender, but just if this is a small recipe that we're doing today, but if you had a big one, you would want to like do it in stages. Just don't put a lot into your regular blender. But the high-speed one actually can definitely handle pretty much anything you can give it, which is amazing. So the thing you really want to remember about a Vita-Mix is that you always go on in this direction and you go off in this direction. So you turn it on. Let's just do that. So you just turn it on, and then this button in the middle is the variable that you can go way up or kind of halfway down, and then the turbo speed for the high over here. So we're going to blend this just to get it pureed, and then I'm going to blend in the rest of the ingredients. So okay, just that quick and easy with this wonderful machine. Okay, so what we have left to add is the sesame seeds, which again have been soaked for 4 hours. And something I learned from Miss Carrie, a friend of mine, yesterday, was that you only soak them for 4 hours, not more than 4 hours, because they become bitter. And I actually didn't realize that myself. And I wondered one time when I made hummus at home, I was like, oh, it's kind of bitter. I wonder what happened. So, and that's what I did, because I'd soaked the sesame seeds for a lot longer. So it was very good. Thank you, Carrie. Very good tip. So, and sesame, oh, and I have to talk about sesame seeds. It's really, really amazing things. And there's black, hulled, and unhulled, which I didn't realize all of those either. So it's amazing again. Nature just continues to surprise me very positively. So anyway, so the cool thing about it, though, is that they're so high in calcium. They're part of our fat as well, and that's along with the sesame seeds, along with the tahini. The tahini is actually just ground up sesame seeds. But the reason why that we put both of these into this recipe is just make the mixture thicker and just heartier and thicker, so it brings out that whole thing, that depth. And they're very, very, very high in calcium. Copper, manganese, tryptophan, calcium, magnesium. And I have to tell you a little quick story, just a little tidbit that I found when I was researching, is that, do y'all know that saying, open sesame? And you're like, oh, open sesame! Do you know where that came from? Was that it actually came from the sesame seed pod, because when it matures, it pops open. And that's where the saying came from. So there you have it, a little trivia for your party next time. So, yeah, okay. So let's pour this in here. And I also was reading something that I was quite interested about, was that Lebanon is actually petitioning for getting hummus to be the same thing as champagne. Like, you can only call it hummus if it comes from Lebanon. Like champagne, you can only call it champagne. And that was just in October of '08, so that's a very recent thing. So they're definitely trying to get what they consider, theirs back. So I thought that was interesting. So I'm going to blend it a little bit, and it's going to be quite loud because the thing about the hummus, it is a thick mixture. And so when you have a thick mixture, is what I'm going to be doing, and I'll be doing this while it's going, so it's quite loud. So I'll just tell you now. You can kind of watch how there's a vortex that creates, and it just smooths out into it. And you just kind of pat it, sort of. You take the mixture and you just go like this with the spatula. But you want to make sure that you know where the blade is, because you don't want to lose your spatula in the blade, because that wouldn't be good, because you wouldn't be able to keep it. So the beautiful, wonderful hummus that we're making. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, sorry. Lid on first. So we turn it on, and then all the way up. Y'all hear that sound? Just like that. Okay, did y'all hear that kind of when it's kind of laboring sound? That's when it loses its vortex, and so that's why you fold it in like that, so and you can see when it picks back up the vortex. So we have beautiful, smooth, creamy hummus, and we'll pour some in the bowl here, just so you can see it, and then I'll get Brenda, my wonderful assistant here, to continue putting it into the bowl, and I want to show you just how we've plated the hummus. And I'm just going to put a little bit of chopped tomatoes on top. These are flax crackers that were already made, prepared for us in the back. And you can use flax crackers if you want to stay totally raw. Corn chips if you're just transitioning with friends, that type of thing. You can use corn chips, vegetables. I mean, hummus is so versatile. It's so amazing. You can use it just like any kind of other dip. And I just absolutely love it. And one more thing I just want to show you is you can take a piece of romaine lettuce. I just spread some hummus, about a teaspoon of hummus on top. Put some sprouts on it. And we put a little more tomatoes. And then you can eat it, wrap it like that, like a taco. Or you could also do it like more tight and wrap it up into a sort of like an enchilada, like that. And then you could slice it, put little toothpicks in it. You could lay it down on a platter for a pass-around platter for appetizers, that type of thing. There's so many amazing things that you can do with it, and another reason why I really love hummus. And so I think we're getting to our finale here. So here you have it. Let me just present to you savory zucchini hummus.